And look, try not to suck him off in the next 10 minutes, bro. But like,
Okay.
give us in your
I'll try.
in your
It's Cole
version.
Palmer.
How important was he? Not just for this game. How important is he for you in general?
Fofana, best defender in the Premier League outside of Chalobah and Gabby. Now people are going to say, Mark, you're crazy. Look at the stats, people, and then come back to me and then tell me I'm crazy.
He left us on an EastEnders style cliffhanger. The doorknob.
My God, it's the worst 48 hours. We're losing so much, and I'm getting pressure from the fans. Enzo Maresca just needs to shut his mouth. You're getting paid millions and millions every year.
We don't fully know what he's talking about yet. So surely we have to reserve judgment. So Chelsea get the win against Everton at home 2-0. Fair play to you, mate. I didn't expect you boys to win, in all honesty, going into this. But it was, well, apart from a couple of moments, it was fairly routine, I'd say. I think after 1-0, Everton were getting back into it. And then you just killed them off. And I think that second game actually did kill off the game. Mark, your quick thoughts on the game before we rattle through a few key talking points.
Chelsea, ended a run of 4 winless games. They got the win at home against Everton. Yes, me too. I was so deflated after those 4 games. I also predicted probably going to have to drop points or it's going to be a goalless draw. Chelsea ran out 2-0 winners. I'm so happy. Fantastic. I'm definitely not getting overexcited considering what I've seen so far in terms of inconsistency, but we are now back in 4th. Fantastic. Very good performance. Solid. Routine win. We kind of went back to basics. He initially left out Andre Santos and Esteval, and he played pretty much both right backs in the middle because Malo Gusto had this man of the match performance. We're going to touch upon him because he was fantastic. But they both played pretty much in the middle. Our back line for me was the reason why we won the game. There's a lot of talk this season about Chelsea's defence, but with Fofana and with Chalobah, and I did say, and we was on Judge Mo's, and I said Fofana and Chalobah are our best defensive duo right now with the injuries that we have, and I got laughed at. And now everyone is saying, oh, Chalobah, oh, Fofana. Let me tell you something. Fofana is so good. And he's really getting back to his best. We have so many clean sheets between those 2 defenders. Without doubt now, they are our best pairing. And for big games and big important Premier League games, they both need to play. Enzo Maresca, stop messing around with the rotation. You can rotate a lot of the team, that's okay. But the back line, do not rotate them. If you want to have, a clean sheet for Chelsea, keep that, right? Fofana, best defender in the Premier League outside of Chalobah and Gabby. Now people are going to say, Mark, you're crazy. Look at the stats, people, and then come back to me and then tell me I'm crazy. Reece James in the middle. With Caicedo out, honestly, he looks like the best defensive midfielder. Strong, fast, slick, spraying the balls around. Now Malo Gusto's coming and he's had one of his best games under Maresca. He was everywhere. He was a monster. He was passing through balls. He's the one who assisted Cole Palmer for his brilliant goal. He also got the second goal of the game. We need him and he's starting to adapt to Maresca's requirements. Fantastic. I'm happy, but bigger tests to come.
Yeah, definitely bigger tests to come. Look, you mentioned Cole Palmer there. Big talking point. Scored a cracker.
Yes.
And look, try not to suck him off in the next 10 minutes, bro. But give us in your
I'll try.
In your version.
It's Cole Palmer.
How important was he, not just for this game, how important is he for you in general? Is he fully fit? Should he have been played? Talk to me.
Enzo Maresca has just clearly verbatim said, with Cole, we are a better team. And there is no doubt. I mean, if we want to win games and score goals, he is vital. At the end of the game, Cole Palmer had an interview and he said, I'm not even fit. He says, I'm still carrying a groin injury, but Maresca and the team still fielded him in the starting 11. It's give and take because off camera, I've just spoken to you and I did say to you, I'm not too sure if that was a good idea or a bad idea. It was a good idea because he's the first one to score the first goal. He's the one who was able to unlock these low blocks. I always said it throughout the season. We're not winning. We're not able to unlock these low blocks because we need a player like Cole Palmer, someone unpredictable. He's proved that. He's come on. He scored the goal. But should he have started? That is the question, because you're playing our best player when he's still recovering from an injury. How would it have looked, Neil? Yeah, he scored the goal and aggravated that injury, which now could potentially sideline him for a longer period out of the team. That would have been, bro. We're going into our most chaotic part of the season, the Christmas festive season. We need Cole Palmer. So it's like, I don't know whether there's a good thing or bad thing. A good thing, yeah, he came on, scored. I think he got us the win along with our defence. If he didn't start, could Chelsea have still broken down Everton? That's the main question that we still need to answer. I'm not too sure. What do you think about that, what I just said?
Yeah, I don't think it's a tough one, isn't it? Because he's so important to you and you really needed to win. For me, right decision to play him. He had to play this game because think if he didn't play the game, I'm not convinced that you win the game. I know I wasn't convinced before you going into the game.
Me too.
But if you don't win the game, you're then on a winless run of 5 games, and you are in deep doo-doo. So for me, I think playing Cole Palmer was super important. But it just goes to show what kind of tightrope you guys are walking right now. Super dangerous. Guys, let us know what you think in the comments on that. Do you think Cole Palmer should have played? And guys, look, this is raw, no BS, no nonsense style Chelsea versus Arsenal, Arsenal versus Chelsea podcast. If you like that style, please give the video a like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Now, Mark, we mentioned Malo Gusto. I'm just going to say, look, he's adding goals to his game. He scored his 2nd goal of the season. Hadn't scored for you guys previously. Now he's scored 2 this season. Yes or no, can he add goals to his game? Or is he adding goals to his game?
I mean, he's adding goals, but it's not necessary that he needs to add goals just by himself. That's not why Chelsea, spent all that money getting him to the club. He's a fullback, but he was moved in the middle. In the middle, he looked fantastic. It looked like, as I said, his best game under Maresca. He was spraying the ball about, mate, like your friggin' Romeo Lavia. He was spraying the ball about better than Enzo Fernandez does. So I'm not sure about adding goal. Yeah, I know. I'm not sure about does he need to add goals, but I think that he needs to have a game like he did against Everton where you have a big impact. Whether that's from the right back and you're bombing up and down, or you're protecting the back 4, or you're protecting defenders, or whether you're pushed out as invert and you go in the middle and you perform like you did, any one of those, I'll be more than satisfied. Have a positive impact in the game, and he won man of the match, and deservedly so, because him or Fofana could have taken it, because Fofana was outstanding as well. But Malo Gusto, goal, assist, fantastic in the middle. Play like that. Not necessarily do you have to score a goal, because that's not really your main job.
Yeah, I get it.
Have the impact.
Good game. Have the impact. Build on it, though, right? So, man of match performance is great, but one-off is not going to help you guys out. So,
absolutely,
on that
consistency.
Point, can Chelsea, now that you've got a win for the first time in a little while, can you build momentum, or are we going to just see Chelsea continue this season in stop-start fashion?
Stop-start fashion.
Yeah, I agree.
Stop-start fashion. Yeah, because... Yeah, go ahead.
No, I agree. I do agree. I was just looking at your games that you've got coming up, and I think after Cardiff in the EFL, you're away to Newcastle next, then you got Villa at home, then you got Bournemouth, then you got City away, which who the hell wants to play City away, and then you've got a West London derby with Fulham away as well. So, look, I'm a bit worried. I'll give my 2 pence. I'm a bit worried that
let's see what happens.
Chelsea fans, they might start thinking, okay, cool, we've turned the corner. Will really realise you've turned the corner when you get through this fixture pile-up, because it is nasty. It's not looking great. Chelsea fans, we'll see. Let's see if you have turned the corner. This is going to be the litmus test, those next 5 games. Now, Mark, the big talking point from the game wasn't actually during the 90 minutes itself. Let me explain. Enzo Maresca came out afterwards and said in his presser, that's the worst 48 hours that he's had as a Chelsea coach, worst 48 hours he's been involved with as a Chelsea manager, but didn't elaborate. He left us on an EastEnders-style cliffhanger, the doorknob, and said he'll give you the full part in the next presser. What is he on about, in your opinion? Who is this aimed at? And does this now rock Chelsea when they really don't need it going into the toughest period?
I don't think it's aimed at the fans, because he said that he loves the fans, even though, you know, a lot of us, including me and you're not a fan, but you've done it as well. You know, we've come down on Enzo Maresca because there's a lot of things, you know, it's been very inconsistent from him in terms of his performances. A lot of his decision makings, you know, his starting 11s, his substitutions, his in-game management, it's all been questioned. Ben Jacobs, he followed on from that, reported that Maresca has an internal issue at Chelsea. And yes, he will clarify his comments before the Cardiff game. The reports are the frustration from the board have been brewing for a while. They say they have an issue with the rotation. He says that the board have concerns that why is Chelsea playing well one game and playing terrible the next game? And that just seems like the pattern of play. There's rumours that they question, at Atalanta when we got beaten in the Champions League last week, you know, why did we perform so badly? Why did we end the game with like 7 defenders when we're trying to win the game? Look, for me, okay, Enzo Maresca just needs to shut his mouth. You're getting paid millions and millions every year. You're getting paid hundreds of thousands every week, every month. It's a high pressure job, Maresca. You were briefed about this, that when you took over, there's going to be a lot of pressure on you from the fans, from the board, from the media. This is what is expected. Why are you now coming out bitching, whining? Oh my God, it's the worst 48 hours. We're losing so much. And, you know, I'm getting pressure from the fans. I'm getting pressure from the board. It's just, I can't take it. What do you mean? I'm sure you can take all that money in your bank. Yeah? Stop whining and drop your balls. I don't think they've been dropped yet. Because you're bitching about, I don't know, sort it out rather than bitch to the frigging press.
But devil's advocate, Mark, devil's advocate here, we don't fully know what he's talking about yet. So surely we have to reserve judgment. Because he might not.
Well, hold on. You're complaining.
Yeah,
why you got, okay.
He's complaining, but we don't know what exactly he's complaining about. Now, I'm with you. I'm not an Enzo Maresca fan. And I think also, let's just get on with it. You just got to win. Turn the corner now.
Just get on with it.
But now he wants to talk about something. But he may have a genuine gripe. I don't think he does. I think he's got to get on with it. I think a lot of the problems are himself. But Giza, we live in a world. This is the other problem, is that we live in an entitled world where everyone's entitled to talk about their feelings and what's going wrong with them without actually judging themselves first. I agree with you. Enzo Maresca, you need to sort yourself out first before you start bitching and moaning, unless you come out at the Cardiff press conference and go, it's been the worst 48 hours and it's all my fault and this is why I'm feeling so bad. I'm sorry, guys, I've let you down, but I'm going to do better. He might come out and say that. Anything other than that?
Look, I can't see any reason why a Chelsea manager can come out and say I had the worst 48 hours, right? You're in a high pressure job at one of the biggest clubs in world football. You knew this was going to happen when you accepted the job. You said you can handle it. Tell me in the comments down below, people, yeah, before his next press conference at Cardiff, what possible reasons could he give that's valid enough to say this is the worst 48 hours? So what? I don't have no sympathy for him. You're at Chelsea Football Club. There's a lot of pressure. And you're getting paid to be stressed out. That's what it is. It's part of the job. There's nothing he can say. Well, you know what? You and I, we'll watch. We're going to watch the next press conference and we're going to touch upon it in the next review of the game, of the Premier League game. Right? Because I can't see any reason, Neil, why you've got to come out and say that. Stop whining and try and get consistency and just do your job. Your job is not even to purchase the players. You are just a coach. You're not a manager. Coach the team. That's it.
Well, let's see what happens. Let's see what he says as well. I think he's going to have more stuff to complain about after next Saturday's mauling up at St. James's Park. Let's see what happens. Guys, let us know in the comments below. And as I said before, if you enjoy our style of content, please give it a like. It goes a long way. It really helps the channel. And obviously subscribe. Mark, feel free to land the plane.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you guys. Make sure you drop our comments. Am I crazy? Am I not giving him a chance? Do I think that he's just a whiny bitch? Do any of you agree with me, or does he have a right to say that? I'd love to know, because I don't think he has any right to say or moan or bitch. Just get on with your job. You're getting paid to manage Chelsea Football Club. See your next piece of content right here, guys, and we'll see you lot in there. Thank you for watching.